Welcome to this week's Midweek Howl, the non-paranormal part of the From the Shadows podcast. That's right, non-paranormal. So if you're coming for ghosts and Bigfoot and stuff like that, you have to wait till Friday or go back and re-listen to last week's episode because me and the Howler
I
have
don't
a,
do ghosts and I don't do paranormal.
yeah.
Yeah,
Although,
I don't. You know what I mean? There might be ghosts out in this world a little bit, but I
well, speaking of ghosts, I think we have to take a minute and pay our respects to the great Loni Anderson, who
seen that.
passed away yesterday.
Yep. Survive all those beatings, burnt beatings, and then die from natural causes.
I heard she was sick though. She was sick for a while for
That's
something.
the lead I said was they were trying to determine her cause of death, and I'm like, she's 80, people. I mean, when you're 80, do
Mm-mm.
you really gotta figure it out? You know what I'm saying?
Something's going to get you. Something that doesn't get a normal 55-year-old is going to get a 79, 80-year-old. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Right?
it's funny you said that. We were talking about somebody that dropped dead this week, and I said, a cop I used to work with, he dropped dead a couple years ago. They were talking about his funeral or something. And I said, yeah, what did he? He just died in the bathtub, man. He was taking a shower and kaplunk, fell down and died. A heart attack, 55, about a year. He was retired less than a year, is what they said. And I said, well, here,
Ooh.
let me put it in my paperwork. I don't need to be here because I'm going to be 55 next year, and I don't want to take my chances.
Listen, amen to that, man. I just had a conversation with the judge today, and he's kind of figuring out he's up for reelection this
Hmm.
year,
Hmm.
and he gets reelected to
All that
six
bad shit's going to come out.
six years. He gets
This is going to be his last one. Is that what it's going to be?
no, let's hope not.
No,
Um,
I mean, is he going to think
no,
about hanging up?
he kind of thinks he's going to have to go. So in the state of Ohio, and it may be at every state, once he hits 72, he can no longer run for judge. So if he runs three more times, he will turn 72 in the
And that's
middle.
my question. So he's really going to stick it out to the end. That's the way the judges around here do. So it must be an easy ass job.
Well, do you know what he told me today? He told me
Well,
today that as of right now, he only has to be in the courthouse one day every quarter. That's all by law.
you
He
probably
has to.
shouldn't say that out loud
But
because
I mean, it's the
okay,
law. You can look it up. I mean, it's not like a
they
secret.
don't have the court that much, or they don't arrest enough people, or what's
No,
going
I
on up
mean,
there.
he can have um, magistrates and stuff handle a lot of
Oh,
the.
so he's like a big judge.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
he's a municipal court. His brother's a common pleas, so they handle the big
I don't
trials.
even know how that
Yeah,
common police.
yeah.
There's such a
Well,
thing as a common police anymore.
common pleas,
Oh,
not
common,
common police. Like, stuff
like
that's
your common criminal.
misdemeanors and stuff like that. Anything that's a
I had law
felony.
enforcement contact this morning.
Ooh, really? How
It was
so?
terrible. The last couple times, they're just worthless. There's cows on the road, and I called the damn sheriff's office, and they said, "Well, we're going to have to switch you to central dispatch." Back in the old days, we had a plat book, and they had people's names and numbers and shit. And so when you had
Yeah,
cows on Lesh Road out, you knew who to call, right?
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And this gal, it was a young gal, and I don't want to rail on the women, but my interaction with young women that answer the phone in a multitude of places, their sole responsibility is to ditch that call to somebody else.
Pass it on.
Yes.
Pass it
Yeah,
on.
100%. 100%. 100%. And she couldn't get me down to dispatch long enough. And I got the dispatch gal and I said, hey, another young gal. And I said, I'm on Lesh Road down here by the low water slab. She said, what block? What of the street are you? And I said, I don't know. I don't live here, lady. And it's been so long, I don't remember. But, there's only one. Technically, it's a box culvert now. They put a little bridge in, but if you broadcast it to people that need to know, will know there's only
Hmm.
one creek on this road, and there's only one bean field on that creek that's split by this road, and it's the one with 15 cows. I said actually six are all out because I ran the other nine back through the fence. A tree fell on the one, and I actually closed the gate. I was able to get in it, get out of my Honda Accord, continue conversation with my little brother on my AirPods, and wrangle 9 of them back on the side of the road that they belong and close the gate. I had to close the gate to keep them on that side of the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then the
yeah.
other
Yeah.
6 were just absconded, In this, imagine a 150-acre bean field, and those cows,
Oh
it was
God.
like they were in heaven. It was like they couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? It was like they couldn't believe it.
Ah, like the heavens had opened up.
And then I got to thinking, the cops probably going to drive through here and say we don't see any cows on the road.
Yeah, and not notice that there's 6 of them out in the bean field, and be like, well, isn't that what they're supposed to be out in the field?
So uh I came back through there on the because I got to take this side street because they're redoing a bridge on the 4 lane. So instead of sitting in the 1 lane traffic, I drive the country roads, around.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And somebody told me, my boss told me, you don't probably don't save any time doing that. And I said, it doesn't matter. I'm not sitting in traffic. You know what I mean? I'm just,
And you're not really trying to save time. You're trying to
yeah,
get out and see what's
yeah.
going on,
If I was
right?
worried about time, I'd quit this freaking bullshit job today, is what I wanted to tell her, you know?
Well, I won't even tell you that I went into work. This is a Monday, we're recording this. I went into work this morning, and the supervisor comes over and he goes, "Hey, you want to go home?" And I'm like, "Well, why?" And he goes, "We got too many people here. We forgot."
Is that such a thing?
Well, they
I
they
mean,
they didn't know. So somebody must have been on vacation this week, but chose to work today, if that makes sense. Like some weeks when, like I'm on, like
you think you'd be all hands on deck. There's probably mail that needs sorted or
yeah.
delivered
Well,
or
on Mondays
thrown away.
yeah, on Mondays it's a bad day, but so so they had one of the part-time guys there, and he didn't have anything to do, and of course it's cheaper to pay him. I mean, you know how the government figures out.
Mm-mm.
Um, yeah, you're right. I don't either.
No, they
But
don't. I think
they'll
it's a
tell.
scramble of inefficiency. It's just
But
there's no.
according to them, it the office's hours look different on whatever spreadsheet that somebody gets that's supposed to make them feel important. It looks different if those 8 hours that are assigned to me get paid to me as annual leave instead of me working, if that makes sense. And it's still 8 hours. They're still paying me 8 hours, whether I'm there or not. And like I told Christy, I said, Monday's the day where you get a little bit of overtime. And with extra guy there, they weren't going to let me have any overtime because I'm the highest paid guy in the office. So what's the point? I'll just come home and get paid for 8 hours and do work on the other stuff I got to work on. And that ended up being, Izzy calling me over to the horse barn to help her with some sawdust. And then they had to help me, everything that I wanted to work on, I got called away from. So there you go. But I didn't have to go work. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, so that's how we do it at the post office. They messed up. Somebody was originally supposed to be off today, and I think they ended up working and they didn't know that. So
Well, there you go.
so like next week I'm on vacation, but I am only taking Friday and Saturday off. I'm going to work Tuesday, Wednesday,
So how
Thursday.
many days did you put in? You didn't put in just the 2
Well,
you wanted. You.
when the book comes around in January, you got to
Oh
put
yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
for
yeah.
weeks.
I always thought that was stupid to figure out where you're going to take off next year.
Yeah, we do it like in
And then they'd
December.
say, "Hey, don't relax. It don't mean nothing." Right?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
they would say. Then I would be like, okay, then why do I got to do it?
I know. So yeah, so
And then and they
that's
used to
how
be
it.
like, well, you got to take half the. I'm frantically looking for my charging cord for my wireless headset. It's telling me my battery's low. In case you're
Uh-oh.
wondering what I'm doing. Um, and it was like okay, and you got to do half of it in the first half of the year, in the second, you know what I mean, like half of it,
Hmm. Well,
in the first
we
half and
get
half of it in the second half, and I'm like, I remember hearing that when I was 20. I was like 25 years old. I don't even know what vacation is. You know what I
exactly,
mean? I mean, you're
exactly.
asking me these to
Hmm.
make these decisions, and I'm like, I don't even know what a vacation is.
Hmm.
And then you never took it because we had so much comp time that they always made you take the comp time first. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Well, also the book
Well,
comes around and you get 3 weeks the first time, but some genius years ago, you can't take 3 separate weeks. You have to take 1 week and then 2 weeks together if you want to take all three of your weeks at the beginning. Now, it don't mean anything to me now because I'm the first guy that gets the book, and it's not like this like it was back in the day where you fought for vacation time, especially in prime time. But like I get 2 weeks together, we don't do anything for 2 weeks.
right.
I can't listen, if I was off for 2 straight weeks, I would not come back.
I don't even know. I went to a football thing for a couple of days last week. Football camp down Branson. Anyway,
Yeah. Yeah,
a
how'd that
couple of
go?
days.
How'd that go?
It went okay. I mean, I don't know shit about high school football anymore. I mean, the kids, the stuff. There's just so much. You know what I mean? I don't even know. There's so many moving parts now.
Hmm.
I tell you the thing that I thought was crazy. My wife told me I should get my son on here today. I probably should have because he's about footballed out. But they have these big foam things that they put over the players' helmets. Have you seen them?
Yeah, a lot of the pros that have concussions or have concussion histories wear them. They look like uh, they look like the Great Gazoo off the
Yeah,
Flintstones.
just some kind of absolute gayness in the worst sense of the word. And it's like little bitty position players too. You know what I mean? It's
Have
like
have these great
you
big
just want to say,
heads
how come the old line don't have them? You know what I mean?
because they're in a constant state of being concussed.
Yeah. So
That's what I think.
speaking of O line, I sat with a friend of mine last night. His kid is redshirted out at Kansas State, and they want him to weigh. He weighs 281. They say he's got to weigh 300.
And he's a freshman at Kansas
Freshman,
State.
yeah, graduated high school, back in May at K State, and they gave him a full ride and they redshirted him. And he said this kid can't even hardly eat all the food that they want him to eat.
Well, I remember those days of being 18 and you could eat all that food and not gain any weight.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah,
I think
right.
I just gained 5 pounds from you saying it.
Uh-huh. And I was thinking that's BS because I weigh 300 and I don't eat nothing. So I don't know. Maybe I could stand in up there. Now he is 6'5", almost
There,
six
I
six.
I can't hear you. I wonder if our listeners can.
Did my mic go off? You can't hear me? You can't hear me?
Hello?
Hold on, just stay there. Just stay there. Just stay right there.
I'm saying your headset must be dying.
Hold on, I got a mic in front of me now. I got a mic in front of me. Audio, microphone, radio. How about this? Can you hear this? Old school now.
Old school. Okay, now we're back after some technical
Mhm.
difficulties. But okay, we got to get to the story that we really want to talk about.
Yes.
Talk about. So I'm going to read this article, and then I want to know because you're a man of the world and you've been to these places.
I've never
Oh,
been to Westarctica though.
you've never. You know what though? Did you see how many citizens Westarctica has?
2,600.
No, 5,000.
Oh, was it that many?
5,000 West Arcticans.
Well, I was trying to figure out if you got some non-extradition or you got some kind of passport or what.
Yeah, you did. You got okay. Let me read this. Let me read the story so people aren't lost. So here's a headline: Man posed as ambassador and ran a fake embassy. Indian police said. So in New Delhi, Indian police have arrested a man accused of running a bogus embassy from a rented residential building near the capital in New Delhi and recovered cars with fake diplomatic plates. The suspect impersonated an ambassador and allegedly duped people for money by promising overseas employment, said senior police officer. I cannot say his name.
Which I don't see what the foul is because I thought the whole State Department was full of promising people shit and pandering for money.
Well, but that's our State Department. not the State Department, not the good people of Westarctica. According to the police, Harjavardhan Jain,
Common
47,
spelling.
is it is it claimed to have acted as an advisor or ambassador to entities such as Serborgia or West Arctica. Police recovered multiple doctored photographs showing Jane with world leaders and fake seals of India's foreign ministry in nearly three dozen countries. Um, Jane was also suspected of illegal money laundering through shell companies abroad. He is also facing charges of forgery, impersonation, and possessing fake documents. Police recovered 4 cars bearing fake diplomatic plates, and this is the disappointing part to me, and nearly 4.5 million Indian rupees,
It's only
which
50,000 bucks,
50,
52,000.
52,095,
Yeah.
and other foreign currencies and cash from his rented premises, which were adorned with international flags of several nations. Jane and his lawyer could not immediately be reached for comment. This went on for 7 years. This guy pulled this scam off for 7 years.
So under
And
common law, is he automatically ambassador then if you could do it for 7 years? Isn't that you won in Texas?
and apparently one of his conspirators was a well-known arms dealer over there. So what else was what else was going on? But what this led me down was a rabbit hole was what the heck is West Arctica? Because they kept calling them micronations in the one video I watched. And
Right.
apparently there's a bunch of so-called micronations, which are, just little nations where, people claim sovereign citizenship and stuff like that. But West Arctica is a micronation located primarily in Antarctica, specifically in the western portion of the continent, and it also includes Peter Island. It was established by a guy named Travis McHenry, who also serves as its Grand Duke. So there is royalty
Right. I
in
like
West
that. Mhm.
Arctica. It is not officially recognized as a sovereign nation by any major world powers, but beyond its micronational status, West Arctica Incorporated is also a nonprofit organization in the United States registered in California that advocates for climate action and environmental protection in Antarctica.
Which is the part I
So
love
what
about
it
the whole
sounds
thing.
like was, as I was reading this, is there's a whole bunch of these like little fake countries, and they all recognize each other. And so
Yeah,
this Travis
and
McHenry,
go ahead.
this Travis McHenry, back when they established this, actually, it sounds like you could kind of like, oh, what was that? Naming a star after yourself or something. What, you remember
That's
that?
even better. No, but the star is one thing, but this cat gets to walk around, and there is minor countries that recognize it, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
who
yeah,
cares if the
yeah.
Team
Well,
America doesn't play ball when you got wherever?
yeah, well, apparently though, he duped some people into thinking there was snow shoveling jobs in West Arctica, and there really wasn't,
I thought he was just trying to
you
save the
know?
climate. We
I
all
don't
know that's a
know.
scam. Maybe he got some windmill money or
Don't
solar
know.
panel money.
Um, Gosh, now I can't hear you again.
Dude, I'm talking into a hardwired mic.
All right, now I can hear you. Yeah,
I'm talking into a hardwired mic
it might just be
because
me. I wonder if it was just
that's
me.
because I badmouthed the solar panel industry. I said you said snow jobs, and I said, well, maybe he just got some money for windmills or solar panels in West Arctica, and I bet you all kinds of people would crowdfund him.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I heard all the morons around here bad-mouthing solar panels, and it sounds like they would be okay with putting them on. Uh,
West Arctica.
yeah, West Arctica. They would be okay with that because it wouldn't ruin their precious farmland that they don't own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
Don't get me started. Don't get me
with
started though.
property tax being what it is, do you really own anything in America anymore?
You know, apparently not. That's what they.
No,
It's just a ruse, right?
it's
It's
a
like being the ambassador to
yeah.
West Arctic. It's
Hmm.
nothing but a ruse.
The
So
difference is he can make his own license plates, and I got to get my shit inspected and go stand in line.
um, the problem is that what I was saying is back in the day, you know how you'd um, pay to have your get named after a star or something like
Yeah,
that,
oh
and they
yeah.
give you a certificate. So this guy, this McKendrick guy who founded Westarctica, actually was giving out fake like he
Are they
wasn't.
really fake? Because he could go to West Antarctica and use them. Who are we to
well,
say that they're fake?
he was not.
I mean,
They
if
were
you can be a boy and say you're a girl and stuff, why can't I be a West Antarctican with the passport?
because they weren't intended to be real. They were given out as like
Novelties. You tell me that
novelties.
you tell me the Oscar I bought the other day at the Wax Museum in Branson, I can't put it on my shelf here and act like I got an Oscar.
You can. You most certainly can.
My wife wants to know how come Oscars are all the Oscars are naked.
I don't know.
And I said that's because that's how you know you made it in Hollywood. You had to be, casting couch kind of deal. Mm-hmm.
You had to be naked to
Yeah.
make it in Hollywood.
Yep.
But anyway, somebody started giving refugees these passports. So
I
somebody in
think it's a total great thing,
Kenya,
especially if you can put them on a slow boat to Arctica.
West Antarctica, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody was passing them off as real passports, and they were able to get into other places. And so, of course, somebody was mad about that. But and you know why they were mad about it? Not
Because
because
they
yeah,
didn't think about it.
there you go. They didn't. They didn't think about it.
I mean,
Nobody really doesn't want stuff to happen. They just don't want other people to make money off of it because it's something that they didn't think of first.
well,
That's
my question is, did the passport have Shackelford's uh, Ernest Shackleton's picture on it? Because that would have made it legit.
who is
You know
Ernest?
that
Who is Ernest Shackleton?
he's an Anglo-Irish Antarctic explorer who led 3 British expeditions to the Arctic. He was one of the principal figures of the time.
He's better than Admiral Byrd.
Oh, this cat was crazy. You've never heard about the Shackleton Discovery Expedition in 1901 and '03? They just found a ship last year, the Discovery.
Did they really?
He got caught in
Is
ice, and
that the
I
one?
can't make this.
Is that the
This
one where they abandoned ship basically and
yes,
lived?
and
Okay.
and didn't take the cats and brought the dogs and went 3,000 miles and didn't lose a single person.
No, I did not hear all that. I'll have
I
to go
can't
check the.
even. As Roger Limbaugh, you see you can't do numbers on the radio, and they don't work on podcast either. But yeah, these guys got caught in the ice and basically took everything except for the cats and put them in lifeboats and drug the lifeboats as sleighs, if you will,
Across the.
about 1,200 miles until they got open ocean because they froze it. You know what I mean? So they're and then finally got to the open ocean and then they sailed. Now these lifeboats ain't all that great, right?
Not to sail in for very long.
And then they sailed 600 or 900 miles to an empty whaling station where he left the sickest guys there and got back into another boat and then sailed another 300 or 400. I'm looking it up right here to see how just the craziness.
Why isn't this guy more well known? I mean,
Well,
that's a
that's
feat.
because he didn't have TikTok back in 1901. Okay,
Imagine
he
that.
couldn't post it.
Imagine those TikToks.
So the reason why I keep mentioning the cats, so they were heralded as heroes. You know what I mean? Because they were
Mhm.
thought to be dead, and then when they got picked up, or you know what I mean, when they finally got rescued, he gets the people some boats. He gets in up on the wrong side of the island. He's got to go over this mountain range to get to where the people are to tell them I'm Ernest Shackleton. They get a boat, they sail around, they pick up the guys at the other side of the island in the whaling station, and they all get a challenge coin. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And he had gotten into it with the cook who wanted to take the cats with him. He brought the dogs. He agreed to take the dogs because they could carry some weight, and if nothing else, they could be eaten. But he demanded the cats be left there to die on the ship, and it caused a problem with him and his cook. And at the end of the day, and they never spoke the rest of their lives. And Shackleton, everybody got a challenge coin to prove they were on the Shackleton expedition, except for the cook. They went to their graves, not speaking, and in all the first 50 years worth of stuff, they would never mention the cook's name, and when he would go out and talk and name all the people that survived with him and all this else, he wouldn't over the cats.
Huh. There's a whole lot I could say. So he was a cat guy. Really? All right.
Well, I don't see, they talk about it today, right? I watch this whole thing on Discovery. There's a whole big, like a 2, 3 hour, 4 hour thing on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand what they're surprised with, because dudes getting fights over pussy all the time. Never talk.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the From the Shadows podcast. Until next time, never shy away from the darkness or what may be lurking in the shadows. We are out.